we can classify them into different types. Narrative paragraph. Mostly the travelers or storytellers will be using narrative paragraph. They will narrate what are the incidents they witnessed. It tells a story. Narrative paragraph is used to tell a story. Story writers will be using this technique and different paragraphs. Persuasive paragraph. Mostly business people or business writings will be of this kind. The paragraph will be of persuasive. People should be persuaded so that the writers, the readers should be persuaded so that they will be convinced to buy the product or use the product. The next one is descriptive paragraph. Those who are writing reports about a place or person, they will be using descriptive paragraph. They have to describe things, places, process, machines, anything, objects. So when you describe, the paragraph is called descriptive paragraph. Then expository or explanatory paragraph. When you are explaining in detail about an incident, about an issue, report writing will be following these paragraph style, the expository or explanatory paragraph. This paragraph gives information or explains something. It doesn't mean that there will be only of these four types. In a single paragraph, you can find all the four mixed. According to the need, you will be using different styles of writing. How to develop a paragraph? A paragraph, as we have seen, next to the topic sentence, the development of a paragraph can be from general to specific. The most common type begins with a general statement, which is nothing but a topic sentence, and then the remaining part will be the supporting points adding specific information. Or the development of a paragraph will be of process description. We have seen one of the types as describing paragraph or descriptive paragraph. There you need to describe one after another, maybe sequential. When it is a process, definitely it will be sequential. It moves forward by putting each new development as subject of the next sentence. Here one point, one idea will lead to the next one. So process description. The next one, problem and solutions. The topic sentence can be a problem. It may be in the beginning of a sentence. After describing the problem, then the solution will be followed, or the evaluation of the solution will be given in the rest of the paragraph. That's how paragraph will be developed. Finally, data and comments. This method is used to comment on tables, tree diagrams or charts and data. Now let us see an example of how a paragraph is. Instead of writing by one, we can find a few sentences which are jumbled, shuffled. Let us try to arrange them in the right order so that you can identify what is the topic sentence and what are the remaining sentences in the right order following the topic sentence, and how the paragraph is developed. All these ideas we can apply here using these jumbled sentences. The topic sentence is: each year more than 4 million young children die from diarrheal dehydration. It is somewhere in the middle, fifth point. The remaining sentences are about the death of people from diarrheal dehydration. So, in the first topic sentence, the first sentence is the topic sentence which states what is a fact. It is a statement, it is a fact. Then the remaining sentences follow. Here, to connect the topic sentence to the second sentence, they follow some adjectives, some ideas. These deaths, these words are underlined. These deaths, they are talking about the deaths happening every year, right? Each year, more than 4 million young children die. So, the second sentence starts with the idea of death. These deaths need not have occurred. So, next to the first topic sentence, this is second. A low cost technique called oral rehydration therapy could probably have saved their lives. Here, the connecting idea is their lives. In the previous sentence, we have talked about 4 million young children. Yes, the second sentence started with the death of these 4 million young children, and the third sentence again talks about how that death would have probably saved, right, their lives. Yes, through oral rehydration therapy. Now, new idea is introduced in the third sentence, oral rehydration therapy within the bracket ORT. So, the fourth sentence talks about what it is, what ORT means. ORT is simply a drink of water, sugar and salt, costs practically nothing. So, in the third sentence, we talked about ORT, oral rehydration therapy, and in the fourth, without explaining what ORT is, we should not talk about others. So, we discuss about ORT. That will be the fourth sentence. Then, it is simple enough for any parent to prepare. Here, the beginning of the sentence, that is a pronoun it, defines the simplest mechanism of preparing. Yes, this ORT. It means ORT, right? What was said in the previous sentence? Simply a drink of water, sugar and salt. So, some simple composition of these three. That is what it refers here, the pronoun. So, it is a simple enough for any parent to prepare. In 1984 alone, now we have 3 more sentences too. 5 sentences have been arranged in the right order. Last 3 sentences we have to arrange or find out the right position, ordinal position. Now we have 3 sentences where we find 3 types of tenses. We have 3 facts. One is what happened, one what has happened now, and in future what will be planned. Of these 3 tenses, we talk about past. In 1984 alone, point number 2, in 1984 alone, about 500,000 children were saved by this revolutionary technique. Here, what is that? This technique? ORT, oral rehydration therapy. That is what referred here as this revolutionary technique. So, using this, in 1984, 500,000 children were saved. This has been explained here. It is a fact stated here, and the remaining 2 sentences we have to identify the sequence. One is about present tense. Point number 6. Today, 38 nations have begun large-scale production of oral rehydration salts. Now, what has happened is the current scenario. Then their last point, which is about the final one and which talks about the future. Over the next 5 years, this is the final point, concluding sentence. In the concluding, we are discussing about what will be followed up, what will be the way forward, okay, in the whole discussion. So, over the next 5 years, ORT could spread to half the world's families, saving the lives of some 2 million children each year. So, with this, the paragraph ends. The topic sentences, the first sentence, and the last one is concluding sentence. In the concluding sentence, we don't conclude how it is happening, but what should be done, what may be done in the next 5 years.